count down and start whenever you feel like it.
All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're listening to The Secret Stage, a Scarlet Rhapsody podcast. Everyone, welcome to The Secret Stage. For the awesomeness of hearing a door close behind me. We are here live on the internet talking about the video games, and with me is Ramses and Miguel. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
I want a Monster. Please sponsor us, Monster Energy drinks.
It is the one thing we always seem to realize. Oh, there's always someone tired on the show, I guess is the way I should say that. Right now I'm doing pretty good, but Ramsey's kind of out of it.
I'm not a morning person.
I'm doing alright.
Yeah. We're gonna figure out the best.
I hate my life.
We're gonna figure out the best time to record eventually, but for right now, it's more of a morning shoot, so it is what it is. Miguel, how about you begin with what you've been playing, and of course tell everyone what you're streaming.
Well, I'm streaming Rogue Legacy. It's a game that I've streamed before in the past, so nothing
It's a
new
great
here.
fucking game.
And what I've been playing has been pretty much the same as I've been playing last week, really. Been playing more Final Fantasy Record Keeper. I've been playing a couple of indie games I picked up off of Steam and off of Humble Bundle sales. And I've been trying to find some of my old DS games, but I think I might have misplaced a few of them because I want to go back to playing Final Fantasy 4 and but I can't find it. And then as well, I've also been playing this free game on Steam called Adventures in Capitalism. It's interesting, but it's okay, I guess.
That was fun last night though, when we were just talking and randomly you just hear the cha-ching sounds.
Yep.
That just came at very inappropriate / hilarious times.
Yep. And I've been playing a little bit of Smash Brothers because Club Nintendo people have already got their copies of, have already gotten their download codes for Mewtwo.
Hey.
I've seen people use Mewtwo. I'm decently shocked that it's actually a new character altogether.
So he doesn't play like his melee version?
No, I won't, because I think it was the problem I had. Like the reason why I had my complaints about the Mewtwo when we talked about the last show was that I thought it was just going to be a flat out NES clone, like he was in the last game. But no, he's a completely new character.
I think that's probably why they got rid of him in Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
And why?
Because you have Lucas.
And why they why they added Lucas, and also as well as to why they holy smokes. Sorry, I was just distracted by the game. I got hit by something weird I didn't encounter before. But
Okay.
anyways, also as well, they just wanted to make them completely different.
Yeah, and that's the thing I found interesting when I saw him play. It's like, this is not the Mewtwo from before. This is actually this is very new. They actually put effort into giving him new assets, and believe it or not, I am down with this.
I want to see I need to go look up his Final Smash because I'm curious.
His Final Smash is fucking balls insane.
I assume he does one of his mega transformations and then just explodes everything.
Yep. That's
Yes.
why I believe.
He gets his Frieza. He gets his ultimate Frieza form. I'm like, oh god, no!
Oh, so he becomes a Lakers Frieza?
Oh no, he gets the coat.
Oh, then never mind then. That's not the ultimate form. Do not say
Anyway.
Ultimate Form Frieza anymore, Ramses, because Ultimate Form Frieza is now Lakers.
He's a
Frieza.
Lakers fan. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
anyways.
Man, new Dragon Ball movie, you better not disappoint me horribly, even though, like, every time I see the new transformations for all the characters, I'm like, I'm so out. Done.
Well, supposedly,
Somewhere else.
I mean, they showed it off in LA, and the reviews for it were pretty positive from what people went for it. But
I don't know
Is it positive because it's actually enjoyable?
Yeah.
Because Nostalgia
Battle
Gods
of Gods was fucking amazing. No,
That's true. I'll give you Battle of Gods.
Yep.
I sold you on that because I was like, wow, this is actually like this is actually a love
But
letter to
anyways,
you.
guys, this is Bizarro Files talk. We need to get on with Secret Stage business.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll have to do a GBZ Bizarro files soon. But you're right. Is all your games, Miguel? Because then I'll go.
That's all my games I've been playing.
Okay, for me, it's been a pretty short list. I've been kind of JRPGing. A little bit of Super Robot Wars, because Super Robot Wars. Been playing Atelier Aisha again. I was playing a little bit of the original on the Game Boy original.
Okay.
And then I was determining which of the GBA ones I wanted to play. I haven't decided yet. I'm leaning towards D.
He's really good.
Yeah, I've just
Now.
I'm curious about some of the. I want to play some of the other ones for some of the other consoles, but yeah, I do love my robot on robot action. As I was about to say, I've been playing Atelier Aisha again. I thought I was way further in that game than I am. When I loaded it up, it's like, you've been playing for 15 hours. I'm like, 50? Really? You mean 50 hours? Like, no, 15. I'm like, oh, wow, I thought I was way further in this game than I am. I am still way early on. But, like, every dungeon I go to, I'm outmatching the enemies significantly. So I'm like, I'm over-leveled for where I'm at. Or I've upgraded my gear in a really smart way because I played the previous Atelier games. So I thought I was just really powered up. Turns out, nope, I'm just playing really smart. I've been continuing through Pokemon Shuffle. I've beaten all 180 main missions at this point, and I only have a few more X missions to go through. However, I still need to S-rank a bunch of stuff so I can unlock the Mewtwo extra mission, or expert mission, they're calling it in this, whatever. That's going to be a pain, because S-ranking certain guys is a real pain in the butt. But whatever, we're going through that. Working on a primer thing for new players, and maybe that video will eventually get out when I finish it, hopefully on Monday or Tuesday. Other than that, I think I played a little bit of JoJo in the beginning of the week, but I just haven't been in a fighting game mood. I played a little JoJo, a little Tekken, but I don't know. Fighting games just aren't my thing right now. I'm in the mood for RPGs. So.
Oh yeah, and then another thing, Skullgirls.
Skullgirls!
Because Beowulf is finally out.
Speaking of fighting games.
Moose.
Yeah.
All right, Ramses, we'll move on to you before you get to celebrating the awesomeness of Beowulf.
Oh, I might as well get started with that. Yes, if you saw our Secret Stage Saturday stream, I played this earlier before my computer decided to crap out on me. I think I played like a good solid 90 minutes of the game, and I keep forgetting how much I love the game. And like I said to you guys on the stream, it's like, I think now they kind of have an idea where they want to go now, whereas before it didn't know where they want to be a Guilty Gear clone or a versus game clone. But now it's starting to go into like the versus type of stuff. I'm feeling the game a lot better now, and it's like now that with all these improvements of the game that's happened over time with the updates, and thanks to characters like Beowulf, I'm really excited to play the game again. I'm really excited, and I'm really happy with all the updates they've done so far with all the characters. I really like. Wow, I'm really surprised at how good Beowulf plays and feels. It's like he's exactly what I wanted a character like that to play, and it's like, he's like my type of character in that style. And I'm really glad.
When you raise your voice up, you're starting to distort, so try not to raise your voice up too high.
Alright, so, anyways, I'm sorry, it's like I'm getting hyped just thinking about it.
I know, because last night, if you haven't watched our secret stream from last night, it is up on YouTube. Check it out, because it is a pretty awesome matches there.
And by the way, Jared, shame on everybody that listens to the show and not support our Saturday streams.
That's true.
But at any rate, I really like how the game is being, and I'm really happy that Lab Zero, they're putting all this effort into the game. I'm starting to see that they're listening a little bit to the complaints and all that stuff. Going back to playing the game for the last couple of days, I'm thinking let's pick it up a little more seriously now. And then after that, obviously I played my Monster Hunter. Like at this point, it's a given. At this point, I've been playing Monster Hunter like crazy. It's like whenever Stan and Deb just message me, it's like they want me to monster hunt, and it's like we do it for like 3 hours, and it's like we're like literally like, did 3 hours just pass? What the fuck? And then after that, I think I'm becoming Miguel now, and I'm starting to play a lot of mobile games on my new phone. First off, I started like they just launched Hearthstone on Android and iOS, and I'm like, oh my god, they got my balls in a vice grip. And I remember one night I just started watching Good Eats on Netflix, and I just played Hearthstone I just started playing Hearthstone for like 8 hours straight.
Wait, they have new channels on Netflix now?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh god, that's like having a free porn station. Shit.
Exactly. And so I just started watching. I just had that on while I was playing Hearthstone for like 8 hours straight one day, and then I started playing this new game called I don't know if it's new or not. One Piece Treasure Cruise. It's a really good game it's really good RPG like art game. You got tap. What?
It's also mobile?
Yes, this is all mobile.
Huh.
And then all of a sudden, I wanted to unlock some new stuff for Injustice for the PC. So I installed Injustice, and I realized this is actually not a bad game for mobile. So I play a lot of that as well, hoping that they hopefully soon NetherRealm Studios will drop Mortal Kombat X onto Android, so I can play it, so I can get Johnny Cage's Ninja Mine costume. That's all I wanted for it. Because that costume is just...
I want to play the Mortal Kombat game on my phone. I'll unlock stuff for a game I don't own yet, but just to do it. Just because the game sounds like it's fun.
It is. It's like you're not doing quarter circle motions. It's actually just like swipes and taps, and that's about it.
Well, it's the best way to do that kind of a fighter.
Yeah.
Mobile.
Yeah, something?
No, I said quarter circle swipes.
Yeah.
Well,
no, it's just swipe to the left, swipe to the right, to do speedy suit.
And then let's see what else did I play. I played I played a little bit of Borderlands for a little bit because it was like I wanted to play some Borderlands, so I played a little bit of Borderlands for about 2 hours or so, and it's just like I realized this game I need my friends with me to play it. So it's like that's the only time I really play it.
I really want to play Borderlands again. I don't own a copy. My friend had a copy, so I always played my friend's copy. I have since moved away from said friend, so I'm like, man, I kind of miss Borderlands.
And other than that, that's about it. I mean, I think I did the most gaming, but it's like also one of those things where it's like I'm playing the same games as per usual.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right. Well, then, with that being said, we can get on to the news. It's pretty short this week, folks, because, well, we're in April and E3 is like 3 months away, so these news
2 months,
are
actually.
quick again. Or 2 months away, rather. Yes, thank you.
Actually, it's gonna be 1 month away in a few days.
Oh, yeah, we're getting there. Anyhow, despite interrupting me multiple times, the news will be pretty light, although there was this little franchise called The Star Wars, which had a convention, and they revealed a whole ton of stuff. Unfortunately, this is not a Star Wars podcast, though I will likely be doing one very soon on Bizarro Files, because, oh my god, way too much to talk about. But we will get to Battlefront, people. We're just going to get to the other news first. Beginning with a game that many people bought, almost no one beat, called Project X Zone. It has been announced that we are getting a Project X Zone 2. Yay.
Yeah.
I'm mixed on this one because there definitely game had flaws, but if you fix some of the flaws in it, I think it could be a really enjoyable game. I thought I saw a thing here that said that there'd be some customization, but, obviously they just really have a trailer up right now. However, noted franchises in this game will be, at least according to the trailer, Tekken, Tales of Vesperia, the Dot Hack series, Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, Mega Man, Yakuza, Sakura Wars, and Virtua Fighter, all of which, other than maybe Yakuza, were in the original game. So Not a bunch of new announcements there in terms of characters, but again, it's just an initial teaser trailer kind of thing they have out there.
I think Virtual Fighter was on Project X Zone.
Oh, was there no Virtual Fighter on it? I thought Akira was playable though. I thought they had Akira and someone else together. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe, but then again, I have the game and I haven't played that far into it because, well, it got uninteresting halfway through.
Well, it's not the strongest of story, and one of the biggest flaws that almost anyone I know who played the game ever said is you don't have any control over your teams. Not only can you not customize your teams, you can't even choose your teams for the map, which kills a lot of the fun when you have a specific duo you really like or want to use more and you can't.
The only thing I'm excited for is that that the characters from the Yakuza are not the Yakuza like main series characters. They're Yakuza from Yakuza Dead Souls. The one who fights zombies.
Okay, why have I never heard of or played this game before?
Because Sega.
Well, there you go. Was it ever released here, or is that only a
Yes,
Japan?
it was.
Oh, okay, now I gotta find it.
Yeah, and officially it's actually canon. That's the weird part, and there's a lot of weird things in that game that had like. I like to question its canonicity because some characters that are supposed to be dead are alive, and they have like weird cybernetic stuff and like. Okay, I
didn't know Yakuza had an ongoing plot. Two.
Actually, it has a deep plot about like guys trying to get out of it, but then it's like they keep getting sucked in back into the fray and stuff like. It's a little more serious. But wow, when you see this thing, you're like, what the fuck? But yeah.
Regardless, I need to play the Yakuza zombie game. I need to do that. That's on my list now.
Yakuza Dead Soul. But
yeah,
like I said, other than that, it's like a few reviews from like you guys, like especially Miguel and other people, you guys echo the same things. It's just not uninteresting, and then I'm like, it makes me unhyped for this type of game, and like I'm to the point where I'm like, I'm just blasé about the game.
Yeah, I'm not super psyched either. I just thought it was interesting that they're doing it, and if they can put in customization, that would be a lot more fun for me. And like I was talking pre-show about how I'd love to have like a Jin and Ryu teaming up, grouping. But even that being said, if I could just say, okay, for this match, I'm going to use the Street Fighter team, the Tekken team, the Mega Man team, the Devil May Cry team, the Valkyria Chronicles team, and the Sakura Wars team, and that'll be the teams I'll use for this map. Just having that control in and of itself would make the game a lot more fun. Because then you work with the characters you like, rather than I don't care about using Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. He'll never come up as a character I really give two damns about.
I just want to use Bruno Dillinger. Is that so much to ask?
That is the world's best name. That rates up there.
It's the guy from Die Hard Arcade.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's like he's the greatest character because he's not Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So we'll see. This is, like I said, it's just a trailer. They've announced it. We'll see if there's gameplay changes. If there are, then I'll be far more excited. And if there aren't, I'll be like, well, maybe eventually I'll just play it for shits and giggles.
Ends up being a fighting game.
It'll be interesting. I mean, look, at this point, we've had Frank West in a fighting game. So, there's definitely room to have both characters in fighting games.
It's like Phoenix Wright is less of a fighter than Frank West is.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Phoenix Wright's even in a fighting game, yeah.
Well, actually, Frank West has been in 2 fighting games.
Yeah, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom
and Ultimate vs. Marvel 3.
Oh, right. He has been in 2. Yeah, so characters who aren't your traditional fighting characters could easily be integrated into a fighter. I mean, the Yakuza characters technically, I think, are running off the Virtua Fighter engine, I think.
Yeah.
So
no, actually, they're in the Dengeki Bunko fighting climax way, where they're like hand drawn, but they have like that style of like just like that hand drawn, but like their moves are like just so really well animated.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, if this turns out to, I think it's going to be just another tactical game, but hopefully a few tweaked rules and options would really make this a fun game series to play.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun too. It's like if you can get away with a little bit more, I'll be more excited.
I mean, it's like going back and playing some of the earlier Super Robot Wars games. I realized like you can see there's some groundwork for some really great games in that franchise, but the early games are really flawed in a lot of ways. And I definitely kind of have those feels with this series that, you know, maybe eventually we'll be at X Zone like 4 and be like, oh man, this is where it really got good. Yeah, but who knows? Maybe they've made up for part 2. Continuing on, and since I kind of made an Edge Maverick joke already, I guess I can continue with this story. Square Enix has announced Star Ocean 5 with a really stupid subtitle that I'm not even going to repeat. But it is Star Ocean 5, and it is going to be done by Tri-Ace, even though Tri-Ace has been picked up by a mobile company. Not quite sure how that works, but whatever, Japan figured it out, and I can have my next Star Ocean game where I can have my real-time combat with over-the-top anime characters and a plotline that will have to somehow explain why people use swords, bows, and etc. in space. Which every game has had to come up with some excuse for why the characters have to have traditional RPG weapons.
Okay, concerning how Tri-Ace got brought out, apparently they got brought out by the mobile company, but they were like, you know, continue doing what you gotta do. And they're like, okay, we're still gonna keep making games that we want to do. And they ended up, and it's surprise, they ended up making the next game that they were making was Star Ocean 5, and we're like, well, shit.
Yeah, it says they're 30% done already, so I'm like, okay, well, they were working on this prior to the buyout then, if they're that far into the game.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, I'm pretty sure they just bought it just to be like, okay, we're gonna give you guys a little bit of life, and, you know, maybe some of your B team can come work with us, but you guys do what you need to do.
Just like how Sony brought, like how Sega brought Atlas, and they're like, look,
do what you need to do. We just brought you just to give you guys a little bit more life.
Yeah.
But regardless, I'm excited for this. They say it's going to take place between 3 and 4, and I heard that 4 kind of shat the bed a lot. So.
Oh no, it's supposed to be between 2 and 3.
Okay, 2 and 3. Because
I
heard
4. Yeah, 4's Spirit of Squall was offending. 4 as a game was actually really good.
So you know why? It's taking place between 3 and 2, right? Because 2 plus 3 is 5.
That's true. I didn't think about that. That is stupid, but true.
Not just that too. It's like not just that too. Like I said, either 3 or 4 shat the bed really hard.
Most people say 3. Some people don't like 4 as well. 4 has some story issues that make absolutely no sense, but it has a really good crafting system. The battle system I really enjoy, but some of the characters aren't the most interesting, and the story has moments of not making any sense.
Right.
But I do love the crafting and combat, which, you know, as a fan of the Atelier series, crafting is just something I really love in RPG. So.
Not just that, like I think universally, I think all of us like 2. Is that something?
Yes.
That's something that all of us in this room can make that can attest to it.
I would say yes, but I haven't played 2, so.
I even like part 1, Becky, which is completely absurd.
Becky, Becky, have you played Star Ocean 2?
She's out of the room at the moment, Ramses.
All right, little Miguel, what's your opinion? All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
it's a united consensus. Because I think it's the one I really loved. Come to think of it, like I really love 2, and like, I'm glad they're going back into that kind of era, and like I'm excited to see what they can do with it.
Yeah, but 3 did have voiceover from Lance Hendrickson, so you know you just really gotta pick and choose what you want. I think it was Lance Hendrickson. I'm fairly certain of it. Okay, continuing on. Bill Packston is in talks to play Jack Thompson in the GTA drama series, which is based on kind of the creation of Grand Theft Auto and what have you. However, I have heard that some of the original creators of Grand Theft Auto are not keen on this because they don't have a lot of involvement. So they're not usually keen on like dramatizing their lives, which I fully get. I don't think Jack Thompson is particularly happy being dramatized because he's probably being dramatized as a massive jackass. which he kind of is, but whatever. For those who don't remember, Jack Thompson was a Florida lawyer, I believe Florida, or somewhere from the South. He was a Southern lawyer. Okay, Florida lawyer who basically was trying to, like, put a lot of restrictive laws against video games because of jackassery, so... he failed.
I'm old, I'm old, and I want games to be like Pong.
I don't know what you Can Flam kids are doing with your violence and your video games.
Yeah. Can't have that kind of stuff here.
All I can think is that scene in Ted, where it's like, look what Jesus did! Look what Jesus did!
So, yeah.
The only part of what I really like, other than the Flash Gordon parts. Anyways.
I love the Flash Gordon parts of Ted. Those are the best parts of that movie.
Anyways, for God's sake, this is a discussion.
Yes. Continuing on, I think Bill Paxton will do great in the role. I think he's a little young, but that's what makeup is for. And I think he pulled off really, like intense, and I'd like to see him in this series. If getting his name attached to this would put me in a much more positive feeling on this series. Even though obviously he's not the writer or anything, he's just a really good actor. For those of you who don't know Bill Paxton, he's in Aliens, The Abyss, Twister, Weird Science.
Anything James Cameron has done in the last 20 years.
As pointed out in the article, when they referenced Titanic, I'm like, Titanic? Who the hell is he in? Oh, he's the salvage guy from the beginning.
He's the guy from the beginning.
That's like that's not the name I think of when I think of
for God's
Titanic.
sakes.
When I think of Titanic, I think of the actor Billy Zane, famous for Sniper and The Phantom. Yeah, not just Sniper, but Sniper and The Phantom. So, I always think Billy Zane when I think Titanic. I do not think Bill Paxton in his 2-minute cameo at the beginning.
It's like, so James Cameron,
but he's in a bunch of other things as well. A lot of
so is it James Cameron and Paxton the same as it is with Johnny Depp and Tim Burton?
Yes.
Well, Bill Paxton,
I think there might be fucking there. I think he might be fucking his wife.
Well, Bill Paxton wasn't in Terminator, and he wasn't in True Lies.
No, he was in Terminator.
Was he in Terminator?
He's one of the punks. He shoots.
Was he just a generic dude in the beginning?
Yes.
That's amazing. Okay, never mind. He isn't everything James Cameron's done.
Yeah, because I was watching it not too long ago. I was like, is that fucking Bill Paxton?
Bill Paxton comes up. You know the plot in Avatar?
Sorry,
I played
right into that, but we're getting into
we should get back to.
So,
we're talking about Bill Paxton, who transcends everything because he is awesome.
But getting back to the point, I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Am I disconnected?
Nope.
No, you're on.
Okay. Anyways, I'm really happy that he's in the role. He's the kind of actor that can get that slime ball personality out, and that's all I want from a Jack Thompson character. And hopefully the show is gonna be good. Next story.
Yeah. Okay, continuing on, we'll do to the last of our upbeat ones, then we'll have 2 downbeats, and then other game stuff. Capcom is releasing for Mega May, as they've done last year, a couple of games for Wii downloadable console, or Wii U rather. Battle Network 3, both versions, Battle Network 4, both versions, Mega Man and Bass, and Mega Man 02, and I think they have one more game on their list from the GBA era, but I don't have it in my notes for some reason. Anyhow, it's a cool little lineup, and if you go to their Capcom Unity blog, you can vote as to which one you want to be released first. Because they're all going to get released, it's just which one do you want first? Which one are you most excited about, people? My answer to that is simple, Mega Man 02. Although I would just recommend grabbing the Mega Man 0 collection. Because hell yes, one of the best games ever released.
Well, not just that, they made that game significantly easier.
Oh, did they reduce the difficulty?
Yes, they did.
Well, no, they got rid of a lot of bullshit of the games where it's with the elves and stuff like that. They actually made that stuff a lot easier to handle.
Okay. I guess I'm fine if they've improved the elf system. I'm fine with that. I liked that game series because you weren't fighting the same villain over and over again. That's actually one of the strongest points.
I love that.
As much as I love Mega Man and as much as I really love Mega Man X, fighting the same villain over and over again gets really exhausting. I'm tired, and it feels like you're never progressing. It just feels like the game's repeating. And the problem is, especially with the X series, is they really dick you around thinking that, this time you're totally not going to. So when you go through X and then X2, I'm like, well, it's totally Sigma who's behind all this, and it was. And then you get to 3, and I'm like, oh, Dr. Doppler, this could go somewhere interesting. Nope, Sigma. And then you get to 4, and I'm like, okay, they're taking on the freaking army. This has to not... And then you see him in one of the cutscenes, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake!
Hello?
In one of the cutscenes in Mega Man X4, you see this robed figure who's totally Sigma, even though they don't call him Sigma. But you see him in the robes, I'm like, that's totally Sigma.
Yep. And
then, I'm like, okay, forget it. From this point forward, all Mega Man X games will have Sigma. And, just like with after the Dr. Cossack fiasco, I immediately said, okay, all Mega Man games are just going to be Wily. And I was just like, it's 4 on both series. I've just been going to go, stop trying to dick me around. Just say, Sigma has yet another army of robots to fight you. Because that should just be the plot of every game at that point. And then Zero is just like, nope, we're actually going to have a storyline that will continue and improve and change in each game.
And actually have different type of final bosses every game.
Yeah, and actually keep a lot of the side characters still around. So it really grew to like a lot of the side characters. Although it got that... what I call the Batman flaw, which is, hi, I'm a new person introduced into your life. I'm totally not a supervillain. Skip to 3 pages later. Nope, psych, totally a supervillain. And I'm like, it just felt that way of Zero sometimes. It was just like, oh, we have this new guy who joined our army. He's totally not going to betray us. Skip to half the game later. I'm totally betraying you, Zero. No, not again.
Well, at least in 03, when they introduced Weil, it's pretty obvious to be like, by the way, this is going to be your main antagonist now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like the story's like being a real story. So people, if you're gonna vote for Mega Man 02 and go grab Mega Man 01 or grab the collection, whatever. Play those games. They're awesome.
You know what made me upset is the fact that with the ZX series, they stopped at Advent where they made it clear that they wanted to make a third ZX title.
I never played Advent.
You never played Advent? Or ZX?
Nope, just played the original.
Oh yeah.
The original was one of the first games I think I got for my DS, actually.
Yeah, the original was pretty good, but Advent, I haven't played it, but I got stories into it because, hey, I was pretty good with that storyline going through.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they finished it was like, there's a third game coming out because we left so much stuff for you guys to want to figure out now. Now, yeah.
Plus, I liked the concept of the biometals. I actually thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, I actually did like that series, and I just never got around to playing Advent, and then they never made a third game, so I guess it doesn't matter. But that one also was kind of a ongoing plot with different villains, so do dig that. Anyhow, like I said, check that out, and if you're a big Mega Man fan and you have a Wii U, you have plenty of download options. It's nice if they released some stuff for the 3DS, or maybe some more stuff on some of the other systems. Whatevs, it is what it is.
I think they kind of already hit the ceiling when it comes to like Mega Man games on the 3DS. All six original games are on NES. It's like all 6 original NES games are on the Virtual Console. All the Game Boy games are on the Virtual Console, and all the Game Boy Color Mega Man Extreme games are on Game Boy Color. So it's like, where else do you want to go? Unless you want to like, unless they finally find a way to like. Unless you find a way to full ass emulation of Game Boy Advance games, which I really think knowing Nintendo,
that's not Capcom's fault. That's Nintendo not.
Yeah.
Wrapping that up.
Every day I see those games on my every day I see those games on my 3DS. I'm like, I ask myself why, and then yeah, it's like that's the only way that. Go on.
Because just think about this. Think about what you could do if just like, oh, by the way, we have it working properly, and here's Advance Wars 2, and oh, by the way, here's Mega Man 0, 1 through 4. Here's what was those really good GBA games? Well, we finally translated and brought over Super Robot Wars D and Super Robot Wars W.
Here's Mother 3, so shut up.
Yeah, here's Mother 3. Like, okay, yes, they'd have to translate some of these games and bring them over, but it would still be pretty damn awesome.
All right.
But that's just having guidance on 1 and 2 and stuff like that would be pretty cool. But yeah,
that's also my general thoughts. And I looked over the games in Europe. That like there are no other games. Like those 4 games you announced. The 5th game was actually the Mega Man X, Mega Man EXE. Well, they're split into 2 versions.
Okay. So yes, check that out, people, and Actually, using the downer news of not having a good GBA Virtual Console on the DS brings me to two other points of downer news. Well, one's kind of semi-downer. First one, and they're both connected to the same company, sadly. 2K Australia is shutting down. They're the people who worked on Borderlands, the pre-sequel. According to a rep for 2K Games, they are attempting some reassignment where possible, but they basically closed it to save money. But they're
Sounds about right.
attempting to keep some of these people working for 2K. But I wonder if that means that like people who can relocate out of Australia will keep their jobs. That's sad.
I think most likely they're gonna do something where it's like Australia and any of like the off islands off Japan. Like you're gonna make like a 2K like Asia, whatever. What can we consider that region of like Australia and New Zealand or something like that? What would we consider that region? Like
Well, they're closing it down, and that's the last AAA developer that was in Australia.
Yeah, but I'm thinking I think what they're gonna do, I think they're gonna consolidate everything in that area. Mm-hmm. I think they're gonna just ship everybody to China. I think what they're gonna do. It's like 2K China is gonna be like everybody. It's all the refugees from like 2K Australia and whatever 2K in that region as well.
Yeah. But
so it's like I don't think it's gonna be a complete loss. I think they're just gonna be like, here's a bigger office, guys. You're gonna be sharing with half of China.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of sad to see that. And you know me, I'm never happy about companies being closed and people losing their jobs in the industry.
Like I said, I don't think it's them lose. Like the thing is, like I also want to know. I want to know those sales on. I want to know those sales on the pre-sequel. Did they also work on the Handsome Jack collection?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because
I just know they were heavily involved with pre-sequel.
Yeah, I know that. No, they were working on a pre-sequel like right from the start. So it's like it was them. It was basically Gearbox saying like, shit, we can't, like our main staff can't do it. So why don't we farm it out to Australia?
Yeah, and on that note, speaking of Gearbox, Matthew Armstrong, creator and director of Borderlands, has left the company. According to what I can find, he did not do it out of anger, nor was he fired. He just felt like it was time that his job there was done, and he wants to move on to a new project and a new thing. I believe his phrase was a new adventure. So, wishing him the best of luck. It's kind of sad to see him leaving that franchise because there's still so much more Borderlands stories to be told, and I'd love to see the original creator kind of being heavily involved with that. But here's the thing, he basically created this world, these funny characters, a way to make about unlimited guns. So if he has some new project he wants to work on away from 2K and away from Gearbox, then it's probably going to be pretty damn awesome. At least that's my opinion.
Not just that, I'm pretty sure I was afraid with no one involved with the pre-sequel that it was gonna suck. But no, I was proven wrong. I've seen, all people say it's just as good and just as funny as Borderlands proper. And it gives me hope that's like purposes.
I think Matthew Armstrong was involved for story purposes, but still, I know he wasn't involved like the gameplay stuff, but no, for story stuff he was there. That's why it could still have a lot of. It worked as a part of the story, as opposed to say like.
Still, I have faith. I have faith now with the people involved with the game. That like if anybody else wants to take the ball and do like their own like Borderlands in their own like world and stuff like that, do it, and like I'll be totally down with it. If someone wants to do Borderlands in X world and it's made by these people, I'm down. Hell, what if they try to court Kojima and make a
I would love to see a Kojima Borderlands. That would be so bad shit. It'd be amazing.
It'd be the most meta thing ever.
I mean, because of the ending of 2, they reveal that there are a lot more vaults out there. That's the only part it's a minor spoiler, folks. There are other vaults. Yeah. So you could literally have different companies working on that. I mean, I wouldn't mind to see the guys who worked on BioShock do their own take on a Borderlands planet. That would be amazing. It'd be really racist, but like totally to teach you the point of like racism equals bad. Except for in the first game where I'm like, you know what? Andrew Ryan had some good points. I think I missed the point of Bioshock 1 where I'm like, Andrew Ryan had some good points here.
But yeah, regardless, I'm sorry, like, regardless, like, I don't mind, like, I'm to the point where it's like, after seeing the pre-sequel, I don't mind seeing anybody else take the ball and use it. Even though he won't be there, even though the creator won't be there anymore to see his vision, I think he's putting faith. I think him leaving also puts him and the company in good faith that they can do something on their own without his help, without him being there.
Yeah, and I'm sure at this point Gearbox knows what they're doing.
Hopefully. But after reading those emails, though, from after what happened with Aliens, Colonial Marines, I don't know, but I have good faith that people on the Borderlands, side of things are actually have their heads straight.
God, I totally forgot they worked on Colonial Marines. That
You should
immediately
read those. You should read those. You should read those emails. That's all I gotta say. Randy Pitchford's insane.
Immediately makes me worried. I mean, at least Isolation came out good.
Well, that wasn't made by them.
Yeah, I know.
I think
Someone
that
else
was
did. Isolation came out great.
Yeah. What else is there? What else is in the news?
The only major news story I have left is way too much Battlefront news, which we can do right now if you want, or we can talk about a game you've been meaning to kind of do a mini review for.
Let's go ahead and go for it with Ramsey's thing first.
Also, Ramsey's also has another game. He has two things he's been wanting to talk about. I know.
Well, let's just one thing for right now. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about the other thing. So I'll talk about the one thing we were discussing in great length before the show, and that was we missed out on talking about a game last week, and it was actually very important, and I'm actually really excited for this. They announced a new Deus Ex game called Deus Ex Human Divided, and they've already announced that the game is gonna be it's gonna be the same, but amped up to like the 10th to like the 11th level. Like, it means, like, we're gonna see a lot more customization and a lot more things you can do in the game right from the start. And I'm really excited for this game. I'm, like, it's been a while since I've been hyped for a game. And I'm, like, this game makes me really hyped. It's like, because it's everybody that worked on Human Revolution. Everybody's back from that game, and I'm like, that's all I wanted. It's like it's everybody from Human Revolution because they knew what they loved from the original Deus Ex, and they're just improving onto it. And I'm so happy that they're gonna improve not just on Human Revolution but everything else in general. Now we're going like on this. Now we're going next gen with the game. I just want to see like, all the craziness and all the stuff you can do in the game. That's all. Yeah. That's all I want to know. It's like,
and for anyone who played Revolution, I mean. Like we were saying before the show, you get about halfway through that game. Yeah, the first half of the game is not the most fun because you're really limited in what you can do. But once you get to I'd say about the halfway point, it might be a little less than the halfway point, when they open up all the different options and, oh man, that game becomes so much more fun and rewarding. And if you have a game that begins with that, so it's no longer the, building towards becoming augmented, but you're just beginning as like the major from friggin' Ghost in the Shell, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, and that's the thing that they already said. It's like they said that they're bringing back like you can beat the game without killing anyone, or you can and all that good stuff. So it's like they know what people like about the original game, and not only just from the original game, but the Human Revolution as well. And that's what makes me excited for Human Revolution. Humans Divided, because it's like it's a sequel. But it's a sequel done in the sense of like, oh, we know what we're doing. Like we're just improving onto what's already even great already.
Is it bad that I've always associated that the Deus Ex universe is the same universe as Ghost in the Shell? No. I know they're not. I understand that it's not one done by Masamune Shirow, but there's so many similarities, and they're all taking off of William Gibson for that matter. But I just like the belief that, like, if I went to Japan in the game, I'd run into the major.
I think it's what Becky said. It might be heavily influenced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But like I said, I'm really excited for this game. They haven't announced details on release or anything like that. Thank God. Take your sweet ass time with the game as much as you can. Delay it like 15 times.
Wait for all of us to get our PS4s so that we can, or in the case of my brother, he'd be like, I want it now because I have an Xbox One. I'm like, yes, I know. You have an Xbox One, you want it now. I do not have a next-gen system, so I want it later.
Well, I want it later so I can like soup up my already like awesome machine as it is.
True. We do have a next-gen system. I mean,
practically.
Wii U? Or is Wii U considered third generation now?
I don't even know what to consider the Wii U at this point.
It's the Wii U's Wii U.
3.5. I think people are considering it as like 3.5.
The midway point. But like I said, like I just want to soup up my this is giving me excuse I'm looking more at the game and I'm looking at that trailer. And I'm very sure half of it is like in-game footage, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna see a little bit more next month, give or take. And when the dust settles, I think I'm gonna start souping up my computer like crazy and just be like, I want this game. I need to get this game prepared for this game.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's been a while since I've been excited for a game like this. Usually, most games I'm like, oh, I'll wait to see the reviews, or oh, let's see what happens and this and that. But here I'm like. The minute they announced it, I'm like, tell me more. And they announced, and immediately they told me more, and I'm like, it got me excited again. I'm like,
well,
that's how you get people hyped.
When you have a staff that knows what they're doing, and you had a good game previous, and you know it's the same people working on it, you can feel a lot more confident versus, oh, we're releasing a new Deus Ex game. All right, it's made by a completely new team. Oh,
Sort of like Invisible War.
Yeah.
Fucking a-holes, you killed Deus Ex in like one swipe, but they brought it back to life, thankfully. Anyway.
I totally forgot about Invisible War's existence, by the way.
Yeah, they said, oh, let's take away everything that you liked about Deus Ex.
Because I remember 1 and I remember 2, and then I forgot Invisible War existed, and then it's just like, and then Human Revolution, which was awesome.
Yeah, because it was like I think they just said, let's just make it a flat-out shooter. I'm like, no.
It's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a thinking man's first-person game.
Yeah, that's why I love about Human Revolution. It's like they brought that back. And
excuse me while I hack everything in this room and make it kill everyone except for me.
Yeah.
Good times had by all, except for those who are dead. Like, sucks for them.
Literally, but like I said, the game. What's up? Oh well, okay. I was echoing. Like I said, I'm really hyped. They haven't said anything more other than the interviews and like saying how the development's going. I don't know when the hell this game's coming out, but I'm gonna keep a very close eye onto this game because
we'll find out more.
Excited.
You know they'll do E3.
No, it's Squeenix at this point. They're gonna show it off at one of the big presentations, and you know what? Please.
No, it's not, because they're gonna show off Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's what everyone's gonna be yanking their chains about. Kingdom Hearts 3. And there's gonna be that one little tiny, insignificant little trailer for Deus Ex.
Deus Ex Human Divided. It took me a while too. Don't worry, Miguel.
I know, because it doesn't speak. It doesn't sound natural.
Not just that, but
you already came up with the title. We're all looking at it going like, yeah.
What? Didn't we just have that look at the name of the last game?
But the Square Enix definitely has some stuff to show off because they're going to have Star Ocean 5, Deus Ex, they're going to have Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3,
in sync in a car doing Monster Hunter shit.
And just also like
I know there's going to be a new Dragon Quest coming up eventually soon too, so they're going to have quite a bit to show off at E3. It just depends if they're going to be stingy.
They see that they have another fucking Hitman, and we're just gonna just blow our heads off like no.
Yeah. The only problem I ever had with them at E3 is that they just seem to ignore everybody. Like that was the welcome to the Square Enix booth. We will ignore you because we have better things to do with our time. I'm a press representative of we don't care. Okay.
Please understand.
Like, it wasn't like 2K. 2K's representatives are just rude and really terrible people, and that group got fired, so now I don't hold as much against 2K. But Square Enix was always just, they seemed like they just didn't care. If we have all these
I'm imagining
fans,
the
we don't
Square
have to be
Enix
nice.
I'm imagining Square Enix with just a lot of people running around saying, "Please be please be excite," and also uh, please be excite, and also please understand.
No.
Like please understand.
No,
Like what are you
Square
talking
Enix
about?
Boost goes. Square
No,
Enix
Square
Boost
Enix
basically
Boost-
goes like this. We know you're gonna buy our games, so leave us the hell alone. It's like,
Miguel,
Square Enix is like, so people watching is gonna be like Kingdom Hearts, 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 Kingdom
hey
Hearts.
kids, you like
What are
you
you
like
talking
it?
about?
Hey kids,
they're not going to because they know it's gonna take forever to release that game. They're gonna be talking about Tomb Raider 2 or whatever they're calling it,
oh, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Tomb Raider, because that's almost done. They're going to talk about Deus Ex because they're going to talk about all that stuff, and and people are like, "What about Kingdom Hearts?" Like, it's Final Fantasy 15. Look at right here. Look, it has a pretty
And
boy
then
on
someone's
the
asking,
cover.
"It's gonna be
That's
World
exactly
World."
what Square Enix is gonna do. They're just gonna show off everything else but Kingdom Hearts 3 because they're like, because Square Enix is like, we know you're gonna buy Kingdom Hearts 3, so why should we even show it off to you?
When
And
we
it's gonna be
eventually
that one-
finish it at some point, maybe.
There's gonna be that, and then there's gonna be that one dickhead. It's like, are you guys gonna have Marvel on the game? What about Star Wars?
And they just pull a gun out and shoot that guy. Are there any other
Can I
questions?
play as Wolverine? Fighting Darth Vader. Next question. That's not about Kingdom Hearts.
See, Darth Vader should not be in a Kingdom Hearts game for the same reason that Sephiroth should not be in a Kingdom Hearts game. Because getting his ass kicked by a kid with a Keyblade makes that character seem like a total freaking joke.
Now here's the thing,
And he-
Jared. Here is the thing. What if they make it so that way, if you ever unlock that secret battle and you do happen to win, he doesn't get his ass kicked by a kid with a Keyblade. The cutscene shows Vader completely owning him. Then you have, I don't know, Obi-Wan or Luke just come by and defeat his father.
All of a sudden, his past self comes out.
Have something so that way.
Okay,
it
that'd be
looks
kind of
like
epic.
that
I wouldn't mind to
Vader's
see young Anakin
completely-
versus Vader. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it's like
now.
Clone Wars. Anakin comes out. I was like, oh
These are so
my
cute.
god!
Vader just
I
completely
fucking-
owns, Sora, or whoever the main character would be now. And yeah, that's it. It'd just be like he completely gets owned, and someone has to come in and save him.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, at Clone Wars, Anakin comes out, and then I thrust my penis right into my computer, right into my LCD, TV, and I just like there's a big penis-shaped hole right there because it's like my penis can only hold so much after that.
Well, this
But don't
doesn't
worry, we're
necessarily
just gonna
have
play
to be
level
someone
after level
else.
of Frozen. It'll be great.
No, it doesn't.
Oh god, no!
Level after level of
Can we get
Frozen.
on the Battlefront, please?
Yes, we can get on to Battlefront.
It doesn't necessarily. Sorry, I have to go into this. It doesn't necessarily have to be young Anakin having to save him from Vader. It just could be just someone else coming by and saving them from Vader, from being completely.
Oh no, it
destroyed.
needs to be like a Lego Star Wars game where you just accidentally bump into young Anakin and he just falls into the lava. And you're like, oops! Oh crap. And like that's the only Star Wars appearance is you accidentally create Vader. Like in a Lego Star Wars game. We accidentally created Vader. Our bad.
Yeah. But I
But yes,
don't
moving
think.
on to games that will have Star Wars characters in them because they're supposed to, as opposed to Kingdom Hearts, which should not because it would be stupid. Battlefront, yes, at Star Wars Celebration, there was a Battlefront panel. There was a brand new Battlefront trailer that makes me go squee, even though I don't think any of that's in-game graphics.
No, that's in the graphic.
I know it said that you don't have game engine, but I just don't believe it. Just like when I saw some like Killzone stuff a while back, before the PS4 came out, and like, I'll see it I'll believe it when I see it. So, but oh my god, that trailer is amazing. People watch it. It's just rebels and Imperials killing the hell out of each other with explosions and laser beams, speeder fights.
Episodes like between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. So, and there is a little bit of continuity because when you're on Tatooine, you can see the fallen Star Destroyer on Tatooine.
And the game will also have battlefields from previous games in the franchise, including Hoth and Endor.
They said the only place.
There's only two new announced planets. officially announced planets. The first is Sullust, which has not really been many times. And the other is from the free Episode 7 DLC. It is Jakku. I believe it's how it's supposed to be pronounced. Jakku. Jakku is what I'm pronouncing it. And it is a important battle from just before Episode 7 begins. So it's not going to spoil anything from the movie other than fill you in on some possible backstory. And, oh my god, free DLC from EA. I'll say this again for people who like me, their heads kind of aneurysmed a little bit when they heard this. Free DLC from Electronic Arts.
Okay, what the hell do I miss?
The Battle of Jakku DLC for Battlefront is free.
What?
But it's but it's an EA game. It's an Electronic Arts game. So it took me a while to process that information. That really kind of
Are you sure it's not pure DLC?
I think it might have been Disney going to be like, hey, we want people to play this as,
we need to promote our movie film.
So whatever it's gonna cost for compensation for this game,
You will put this.
People buy the game just to play that DLC.
I can just imagine the Lucasfilm representatives just walking into EA offices. You will put that DLC for free. Just waving their arms. You'll put that DLC for free.
My trick. We will put in the DLC for free. But we will also charge for every different alternate lightsaber crystal you would want for customization.
You will give that stuff for free. You'll
provide 6 different colors at least for free. We'll provide them with 1 color for free. 6 colors for free. 2 colors for free. Oh, for God's sake, we're Disney. Do what we say.
Do it.
Do it.
Compels you. No, but still, as I was saying, they're supposed to have 4 planets right off the bat. It's supposed to have Tatooine, Hoth, Moon of Endor, and also the Cerulean planet. Did I say it right?
Sullust, yes.
Sullust, yes, Sullust.
Planet of the Celestians.
Celestians, aka the little shrimp people that speak Tagalog.
They are the weird clam face guys that Neom is about.
Yeah,
they're also really genius, technical people, very skilled at technical stuff.
Well, that could be cool. It's like they'll be like your engineers. They'll be like they just bang out like a new thing for you. Like
I loved in the trailer, you can clearly see one of the rebels is a Celestian, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's like your engineer. It's like yeah.
So I'm going to continue on to a few more things rather than just fanboying about that trailer. There is no campaign mode, bummer, but there are co-op missions which will be story-related stuff. And the co-op missions will be playable both online and offline with split screen. So yes, for the first time in a while, split screen again in a co-op game. Awesomes.
Down for that.
We already talked about the Episode 7 DLC. The Deluxe Edition of the game will have a few extra items, including Han Solo's blaster, a couple different ion weapons, and some different emotes. Don't know if that's all going to be part of other later charged DLC or not. The Deluxe Edition is $70 for all systems, including PC.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. Now are they going to include some Star Wars Rebels stuff?
It hasn't been said yet. It'd be nice.
They're focusing more.
I would really love to be able to use Urza's lightsaber blaster.
I agree. Well, I wouldn't mind to have just as a hero character, just run around as Kanan.
I know, right?
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna say the main focus is post Return of the Jedi, pre Force Awakens stuff. So
well, no, because Endor and stuff like that, they're doing original trilogy, and then they're trying to do some fill-in work, like Ramsey said, there's some between 6 and 7 work. So because of that, there's going to be some limitations there, but that's what expansions are for.
Yeah,
which will probably be very expensive because it's EA. And numerous, very expensive, very numerous. Because I wouldn't mind some of the Clone War era stuff too. That'd actually be kind of fun.
Can at least have Geonosis at least, because I know Geonosis whatever, but it's a cool planet to fight on. If you think about it.
almost. Yeah. There's all those pillars and stuff can make things interesting.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind if they could make destructible environments. Naboo would be a lot of fun. Just because everything's all fancy and nice,
great.
and you're chucking grenades and watching like chunks of the buildings blow up and stuff. It'd be amazing.
Wouldn't people complain? It's a lot more like indoor with just a lot more water.
Oh no, I want to fight in Theed. I want the battle to be built around Theed. I don't want to do the like swampland battle from the movie. Screw that. I want to be in Theed. I want to like blow up the town.
Another great planet. We can do Mustafar. You know, hey, lava planet. Everyone loves the lava planet.
That'd be kind of fun. Although all the dickish ways that you could accidentally, you'd get like the crap deaths where someone hits you with a grenade and you'd survive the grenade, but it knocked you off the cliff and you fell in lava. You're just like, dick. Like that's the reason I just load up on grenades for Mustafar. I'm just gonna blow people off of cliffs. It's really dickish.
One thing they did say that I don't know if it's on your notes or not. I don't know if I'm going ahead of you, but they did say there's no space battles or there's no like
point. There will be vehicles. There will have TIE fighters, X-wings, Y-wings, snow speeders, speeder bikes, the Millennium Falcon. However, there are no space battles, which I'm kind of happy with because those space battles were not very good. And I think this whole point is, hey, we'd love to do a really good space battle game. This isn't going to be it. And I'm fine with that. If it needs to take them till Battlefront 2 or whatever they're going to call the one that'll come out around Episode 8, whatever they're going to call that one, Battlefield 8, I don't know. But when they get to that one, if that one has space battles and they took the time to make them really good, awesome. But if they're going to be really crappy and chaotic like they were in 2, there's no point in having them in there.
What if they made another Rogue Squadron?
That would be amazing and make me very happy.
But that means they gotta like find everybody who worked on Factor 5, unfortunately. Which everybody
else. Have a new team. I mean, this is a whole new team working on Battlefield, so you could have a whole new team just take the franchise and do something with it.
Yeah.
Miguel, you want to say something?
My thoughts were exactly what Jared just said. You don't have to have the same team that worked on the original Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, what team could they get? Anyways, I'm just thinking. Anyway, I had a question though. Without those space battles and knowing that's made in a DICE engine, you think the game would have benefited being called Battlefield instead of called Battlefront?
Because we have another game called Battlefield.
Well, I see what you're saying, Ramses. That they could have called it Star Wars Battlefield because Battlefield Hardline. I think they wanted it to harken back to the original release, which was Battlefront, and I think to separate it because it's not using the Battlefield login system thing that they have, Battlelog. It's not using that, so it's on its own servers and stuff. So I think they wanted to differentiate it, and they wanted to keep the name that people recognized.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, the more I see of the game, the more I look at all the stuff they're trying to do. It's really, really, really Battlefieldish, and it's like to the point where I'm thinking to myself, you just could have just called this Battlefield. You could have called this Battlefield. You call this the other.
Battlefield.
Yeah, Battlefield, and then I would have been like, that's fine. I would have been perfectly fine with that. But I think Battlefield Endor.
You know what? I'm happy if it just being Battlefront again. Honestly, it just makes me feel. It brings back those nostalgic feelings. Except for graphics and gameplay, it looks like it's significantly improved.
The thing is, like I said, like I don't know how the game's gonna play. Maybe because the thing is, if it's gonna play exactly like a Battlefield game, then I wouldn't be as much. If it plays like the original Battlefront games, I'll be down with it. If it play like Battlefront, like Battlefield, and I'll be like. I might throw some red flags, but I wouldn't complain either because there was one thing I liked about the Battlefield games. They actually played pretty good. It's just everything else around kind of weird. But with that said, like seeing how the game's gonna be kind of structured and stuff like that, where it's like like X amount of guys go in and you all get in your vehicles and stuff like that. That's totally Battlefield kind of strategy in my opinion. And
only if you're good in the vehicles, otherwise you just kill yourself.
Yeah.
Or you have the jerk who has the grenade launcher and is just waiting for someone to run up to the helicopter or the airplane to blow him up immediately.
Yeah, and the thing is also too, but you did make mention of something that you did say, where you did say that it has co-op. So it has like on couch co-op, and that's something that I think none of the Battlefields have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I think they are trying to take it to the new direction. That part I didn't hear. That's something completely new to me. So
yeah. Well,
the point
just
is,
in terms of the vicious side of things, and to make it sound more Battlefieldy, Ramses, the smallest maps are designed for 8 players. The largest maps are designed for 40 players. And I imagine those 40-player maps have got to be so freaking chaotic at a certain point.
Well, the thing is, it's almost like you don't even know that there's another battle. Like, it gets so chaotic that you don't even know what's happening on the other side. You're like, man, that is one hell of
Yeah, you get the whole point where you think you and your team are winning, but you're just holding off against like 3 or 4 opponents, while like 19 of your enemies are just wiping out the rest of your team on the other side of the map, and you have no idea. You're like, oh man, we're totally winning this. Rebels lose. What? But we held the... Oh, right, the other half of the map when it was just getting pwned. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no,
that's
there's so many control points at that point. You're like all you can think to yourself is like, all you can think of is like whatever zone you're at right now, and it's like you don't even see it. You just see stuff happening, and like you don't even notice it. It's so quiet, and it's like you just think to yourself, I don't know where everybody and you just get killed by a random sniper.
I assume those maps really will rely on the vehicles, because you're going to need them to get to the different waypoints and to help people out. But it's the thing is, when you're doing like an 8-player map, if we're doing 4-on-4, you, me, Miguel, and like Becky or something can be a team. We could have a headset thing going or Skype going, and we could coordinate. When you get to a team, let's just hypothetically say you're playing a 40-player map and you have 20-on-20, coordinating 20 people is like herding cats. It's just not going to happen. Like, unless you guys train together every day like an actual military unit, there's no way you're gonna get a bunch of people going like, I'm gonna just Rambo out there like a moron, and we're like, no, we're a team, you freaking idiot. You do not Rambo out there like a moron. But I'm playing Darth Vader, so it's okay. No, it's not. You're gonna get killed. Someone's gonna have a walker and they're gonna step on you.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you can play as key characters. Completely forgot about that.
Yeah, not a huge announcement of hero characters. Just Vader, Boba Fett. I'm assuming Luke and Han, probably, if they have Han's blaster. And
the thing is, that's another thing that Battlefield would never have. It's like just these key characters. You can't play as like X character, Y character in that game. It's like, so it's like that's good. And the reason why I was thinking that it would be a lot more like, like Battlefield is like you're only limited to, at this point, because of the era, you're only limited to just rebels versus Imperials. Like you don't have any other faction. You don't have Republic versus droids. You don't have bounty hunters. You don't have any. Well, you can have a bounty hunter, but you can't have like a faction of bounty hunters. You can't have Mandalorians. You can't have any. So it's like
the games come out in November. They have plenty of time to add new stuff in there, and there could always be a DLC pack of like. I mean, okay, they're not gonna go back to like the Mandalorian Wars because I don't even know if those are even canon anymore. But they will. They there's gonna be a Clone Wars DLC eventually.
Clone Wars?
Not right now. Right now they're gonna focus on Episode 7 stuff. But they're eventually going to throw in a Clone Wars DLC.
I think the Mandalorian Wars might still be canon. I mean, considering some of the stuff with that was mentioned in Rebels.
That's true, and even the fact that the clones were all made out of Mandalorians, so they had to have had at least some reputation at that point.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's Bizarro Files talk. Any more Secret Stage talk we need to talk about?
Well, no, that ties into the game, and Mandalorian Wars could be a DLC. I just don't see it as possible. The last major thing I have on here, which I think could either turn out really good or really bad.
Okay.
There is no class system, but you can customize your character, including being a female stormtrooper, which is pretty awesome. So I'm like, that character customization thing sounds kind of interesting, but doesn't that just literally mean that like you're going to put yourself into whatever class you need to be in? So if you're going to play like an engineer type character, you're basically playing an engineer class. You're just going to equip yourself with the according equipment.
That sounds typical of a game like this.
Mm-hmm. My issue is I get the feeling that on my team I'll always have the idiots who are like, I have all the engineering skills and a sniper rifle, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, really? Really? Sniper rifle plus an sniper engineer? Really? We're so screwed. But I also realized, like, hey, it means I could play as a medic, or the medic equivalent in this game, whatever they design it, and then probably give myself at least a decent defensive weapon for when I need it, which, if possible, would be a repeater blaster or something along those lines, and possibly a couple grenades. So
Yeah.
I kind of like the potential of having like a medic, a really good combat medic, rather than my usual having to hide behind everyone else with guns medic. And look, I don't mind hiding behind everyone else with guns, but I wouldn't mind to be able to defend myself when guys are coming out to try to gank me because I'm the medic. Also, it makes it harder to designate who is a certain role. So I think that kind of makes things a little more interesting too, rather than, oh, the medical stormtrooper has a big red cross on his chest, and just like, oh good, I'm a running target. Excellent. Now if I'm playing as a medical Imperial, you're not going to know the difference between me and some other stormtrooper. So that'd be kind of useful. Unfortunately, it also means my team won't know that I'm the medic unless they recognize that, whatever my player handle, let's just say Darth Jared. Trust me, folks, I will do something better than Darth Jared. But they would know that Darth Jared plays as medic, which is a really stupid title to give myself. I'd be Darth Jar Jar. That's probably what I'd go as. And people are like, I freaking hate you with that name. I'm like, yep, I'm the medic of the team, so you gotta love me. Because I'm the one who allows us to win this match. So I want to know how thorough the customization system is, because I also don't want it to be that like everyone's just going to run around as a Jedi, because during this time period it should not be the case. If you're doing a Clone Wars campaign, yes, by all means be a Jedi. But if we're doing the Rebellion era, no, there are basically one Jedi. There is Luke Skywalker. And arguably Kanan. Like, that is all.
If he's still alive after the events of Rebels.
That's true. We don't even know if he lives or dies.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure like Jedi's and like Sith Lords, I think that's gonna be like left to like specialized characters, which makes me think again. Like, I don't think we're gonna play as bounty hunters. If we're gonna play if Boba Fett's gonna be in the game, I don't think we're gonna play as any. Now,
Jared, what if instead of having Jedi class, how about they just make a Force susceptible or something like that? A class.
I don't know. It depends how they frame it. Because, like I said, there's no class. It'd be if it's like perk things where it's like, oh, you have a perk where you can like have some force immunity. That would be useful, because then if you're taking on the Empire or whatever, and they're going to use Darth Vader, and you're like, oh, well, I can't be force thrown because I have this perk. That would be really helpful.
But like I said,
that would be depending what they're going to do with the perk system. And again, that's customization gives you some really interesting options in there, dependent on what the bonuses are.
Like I said, like right now, it's like I'm assuming they're gonna leave like the Jedi and bounty hunter kind of things, some like the really cool things like specialized characters that you can play as, that you eventually spawn as, but not as something you can customize yourself out. Because imagine, like you just said, imagine a whole fucking like fleet of just fucking Jedis, or fucking fleet of fucking just Sith Lords. Like, how fucking like unfair would that be? Like, you're the fucking engineer.
Flamethrower or hand grenades, because otherwise you ain't gonna do anything against them.
Exactly. So it's like, at that point, like, at what point does the game become fair? At what point does those balancing become an issue at that point? Because I think what they're trying to do is like keeping everything customizable, but to customizable to a degree. Like, you can't really make yourself an uber Jedi, with Sith Lord powers or something like that. But like, you can make yourself into like an engineer with your kind of skills, or you can make yourself a medic. For example, I'm gonna go in guns a blazing as like a heavy guy. So it's like, I need you to help me as much as you can. So it's like, Darth Rami here needs assistance from Darth, Jared.
We're Team Empire, right? Like, I'm just checking on that one. We're all Team Empire, right?
I like Rebels, but well, the thing is, for me, it's like, if it was like, I would kind of wish I was a battle droid, to be honest with you.
Well, you see, here's the thing: if they did droids versus Jedi,
clone,
I might have to go Jedi if the healing powers allow me to do like radial healing and stuff like that. Like, if I can just do like a radius, like I'm just healing the entire team in my meditation stance. like I can't move, but everyone within X amount of distance gets healed. And I'm like, well, I have to be a Jedi healer because droid obviously isn't gonna have that option. On the other hand, healer plus engineer would be the exact same class for a droid. You know, it's just like I'm 2 for 1. I'm building turrets and repairing all my allies.
Well, not just that too. It's like, you know, if it was Clone Wars era, I would totally rock a clone trooper. Just give me a clone trooper.
Yeah, go out as a ARC trooper with your heavy gear, and I'm just walking behind you, constantly healing you as a Jedi. It's like, what the heck? I'm just healing him. My lightsaber skills are pathetic. Like, I could fight a bunch of people, but I can heal, put up shields, you know, all the cool Jedi powers. Like,
yeah, well, I'll do all the heavy work.
Power. No, it's not, because I can do that Yoda thing where I just catch your lightning and just toss it away like it's nothing.
Yeah, but like I said, like right now it's like it's just focused on Rebel versus Imperials, and it's like, so it's like, you know, let's see what E3 has to show us. Hopefully they won't dig around like what they did last year's. But like I said, I'm really excited. Like I said, I have my complaints, but you kind of answered a lot of my complaints, so. I'm a little bit more excited now.
It's EA, so at least there's also the potential of beta giveaways. Because EA does that all the time with their shooters.
And
so,
like,
you know what? Well, if at least one of us could get into the beta, that would be pretty cool just for... As soon as you're allowed to talking about it. But even behind the scenes talking about it would still be amazing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as we're just... not much else has been revealed. I mean, like I said, people check out that trailer; it'll make you all happy. And I'm declaring myself Team Empire, but we'll see what happens.
I call Rebel at that case.
Okay. The only reason I'd play as Rebel is maybe if I can make a Mon Calamari character. Maybe. I might have to run around as a Mon Calamari or a Bothan, because many Bothans died to give us this information. So, Bothan.
I just want to be the guy. I just want to be the guy with the ice cream with the ice cream maker in his hand.
But okay, yes, that is all our Battlefront news for now until we get more, which I'm sure EA is going to totally be like launching this out of like t-shirt cannons, so, or some sort of party cannon. They'll have the Pinkie Pie party cannon to launch out like information. So we'll see how that goes. But since we've already crossed our hour and 15-minute mark, I figure unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about, we can wrap up the show.
Nah.
Was there a game
that
you wanted to have a quick review for, Ramses? This is the time
I don't think, like I said, like we don't have that much time for that review right now. And the thing is, I kind of want to leave it for a video, which I'm gonna make later.
Well, you can always talk about it for just a quick talk on it.
Okay, fine. I've been playing. Well, it's a game I've mentioned before. I've been playing the Fate Ultimatum. It's a really good game. Dungeon crawler, roguelike. It's a really good game. The problem with my biggest gripe is that it's animated video game to like the 10th degree, and it pisses me off to another degree. It's like the good news I can skip the dialogue, but it's like it's all this like. It's the only thing. I'm starting to get exhausted with like anime video games. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're just like, you know, can we get out of like angsty teenager meet all these hot chicks trope and go something else, for God's sakes? That's my biggest gripe with the game. It's just like, I've seen this anime before. No. Other than that, the game is really solid. I love the mechanics. The roguelike stuff is really good. It's just like it's a hard game, and like I said, I'll make a video of it this week. Hopefully, it'll be up by the end of the week. And thanks a lot so much to NIS America for giving me the code and giving me the opportunity for this game, because it's been a great experience in the game, playing it, and just like, wow, I've never played a game that came out before the officially came out, and it's so weird playing it and all that good stuff. So I'm really appreciative, and like I said, it deserves a more proper review than just me babbling on right here on this podcast about it.
Well, let's try to get that review out this week, so that way we've teased it and we can all feel awesome about teasing something.
Oh no, and I will. It is on my to-do list.
Okay, well, and with that note and that little tease, look forward to that video, folks. But while you're waiting for it, you can also check out the rest of our videos on our YouTube channel, Secret Stage Games. You can like us on Facebook, Secret Stage Games. You can watch our Twitch stream, and you totally should, because it's always awesome, which is twitch.tv/secretstage. And for any updates of when we're twittering, when we're live streaming, go to our Twitter, which is at @SR_secretstage, which will always have our updates as to what we're doing and occasionally what we're just randomly playing if we decide to randomly make posts about stuff, which we do occasionally.
I will say this right now.
And for anything else...
I was gonna say for our Secret Stage Saturday streams, most likely we'll be playing like around 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays. Yep. Most of the time.
We need to all regroup and do another 100% orange juice.
Oh Jesus Christ, no!
We need to do that again. We need to avenge ourselves in that game.
If we set the AI to like 0 or something like that, where it's just like it's just.
Let's switch it to casual difficulty so we can actually win.
But anyways,
of course, if there's anything else you want to see Scarlet Rhapsody, including articles, convention coverage, and other podcasts, go to scarlet-rhapsody.com. It is always awesome, and there's always new content. So until next time, this is Jared for Ramses, Miguel, and Background Becky, and Baby Miguel, saying, game over, and winners don't use drugs.
And a secret to everyone.
Thank you, Ramses. I realized I was pointing at the screen, which doesn't help because you guys can't see me pointing at the screen to have cue someone to say the final part of the review. And
well, no, it's just like I was waiting for Miguel. I was like, Miguel.
I was fighting a boss that just killed me, so it's all good.
Okay.
Again.
No.
That's it for.
But I took care of it. Don't worry. I didn't screw it up this time.
Yay!
Alright, so that's it for the show, our podcast. Thank you so much for watching this play and showcase Rogue Legacy again. I want to say out there to any indie developers that are out there, if you want to have your game showcased on our podcast streaming, we stream our... When we record our podcast episode, if you'd like to have your indie game streamed and showcased while we do it, contact either Jared, myself, Jared,
not me though.
Take care of that. Contact info.
Yeah, just contact Jared.
Just contact Jared.
Yeah,
just follow the links below that you see on the links below the site where you can see all our individual Twitters. Don't message me because I'm horrible at PR.
Anyways, if this is up on YouTube and people are watching it on YouTube and we don't have links to how to get in contact with Jared, how can we get in contact with you so we can showcase the indie game?
You can find me in one of two ways. You can either send an email to me, jared@scarlet-rhapsody, scarlet-rhapsody.com. It's jared@scarlet-rhapsody.com. Or if you like the Twitterverse, you can message me at Jared the Greek. So very, very easy to find me. And you'll know it's me because there's Kid Icarus looking all awesome with his bow. And his name isn't even Kid Icarus, it's Pit, but whatever.
Yes.
It's the Kid Icarus logo.
That's like calling Link Zelda.
Yeah.
I'm calling Samus Metroid.
Yes.
I'm totally going to do a Pit cosplay someday, folks. It's totally going to happen.
But it's got to be the old version.
Alright then.
I'm the Captain Emperor. What are you talking about?
Thanks again so much for watching, and as it's always said with us, winners don't do drugs. And it's a secret to everyone.
And it's a secret to everyone.
Brett, it's